many of you know this? In fact, I'd go so far to say as none of you know this. But actually, Afternoon Delight was once a barbershop quartet. We toured across the country and made a bit of money, but we felt that we weren't giving enough back to the people. So we made this podcast. Just for you.
This is Bournemouth Student Radio.
What's up, everyone? This is your favourite. It's Afternoon Delight, the comedy chat show.
Yay!
It's got me, Simon Schneider, and Jack Martin Jones.
Hello.
Usually Joanna Poulton and Tim Vivian Shaw here, but they're both celebrating their birthdays in their respective homes.
So it's Joanna's birthday today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jack. I'm
birthday.
sure you've got your whole family around the little box radio listening to our show right now. And Tim, well, what are you doing, Tim? What are you doing?
He's home for his birthday as well.
Yeah, that was a few days ago.
Was it?
Oh, it was yesterday.
Okay.
A few days.
Regardless, happy birthday to both of you. Now, we're going to be doing a few comedic things today, you know, causing up a ruckus in the studio, some hilarity.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you worry. If you want to get in contact, right, you can go on Twitter at Nerve Radio, or find us on Facebook on Nerve Radio, or you could text into the studio on 077 6640 4142. Jack, what's that number?
077 6640 4142.
Okay.
See, I can do it, Tim.
Alright, so the umbrella feature, the umbrella topic of today's week is
Yeah?
potpourri.
Potpourri. It's the spice.
It's not a spice,
is
it's
it design?
you have it in toilets to make smell good.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking of paprika.
If you're putting potpourri in your food, Jack, that's a
Or
misstep.
maybe I'm putting paprika in my toilets.
That can only improve it. I want to talk today about various pieces of news, but before any of that, how was your week, Jackie Poos?
It was alright. I didn't really do much, as per usual. I kind of... It's all haze.
A haze?
My girlfriend came down.
Is that what's a haze?
Yeah, maybe I just zone out when she's down here. It's like, oh man, what's happening? But no, she came down. Yeah, that's alright.
Oh, okay, good fun.
What about you, Simon? What did you do?
Did some laser tag. Haven't done that in a while.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah. That's really wearing.
I played Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
I was a dungeon master.
I've never played it before, but there's
never
always
played
been a
it,
small
really.
part of me that's wanted to try
But you
it.
can join in the next game.
Oh,
We
definitely.
want as many people as possible. The first one was really was really just out of nowhere, and I had to make up everything on the spot.
Oh,
And
okay, cool.
I slowly had a crisis, but they enjoyed it, so we did it again.
Oh, okay, cool.
Actually, my girlfriend, she played the second time.
Yeah.
And she played a half-orc monk who followed the god of tyranny, which was the same character I made.
I honestly don't know what any of that
okay,
means.
I'm just saying. There was so many choices. She made the exact same character as me, and she got really angry about it.
The thing about Dungeons and Dragons is that I'd say in modern day society, our society, there are less restrictions than ever. People can do what they want, and they can be proud of their identity. Unfortunately, Dungeons and Dragons is just one of those things that's still taboo.
Didn't Vin Diesel play Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, Vin Diesel does when he's not racing around in cars and all of that.
When he was a bodyguard, he used to do it with all his bodyguard friends.
You see, that's not one of the things I'd expect bodyguards to do. Like, if you asked me, it's my break. Some dungeons.
So we were in the cave, right?
Well, I mean, if you were to ask me what bodyguards do, like in their spare time, I don't know. Probably
Leer.
box, leer.
Leer at people practice.
It is one of, you know what? I've kind of realised a lot of people complain about their job being the hardest job in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so difficult what I'm doing. Technically, it's not, because Obama's bodyguards could potentially every day of work take a bullet in the head. That is their job.
Well, not even that. It's quite difficult always keeping the president safe
Yeah, I can imagine.
at a constant level of, okay, oh, wait a minute, I forgot that.
Oh, now he's getting up. Now I have to move again.
Yeah, so
If you were,
hats off, bodyguards.
Yeah, hats off, bodyguards. Well done. If you were a president, or if you like were in some piece of power, what would you do for your security?
What would I pick?
Yeah, no. What measures would you take for your own security?
I would like to think I wouldn't have to have any, because I'd be such a good ruler. But I know I'd probably have to have I'd have to genetically make a dragon to protect me.
A genetic dragon.
Yes. I'd have to invent a dragon to protect me.
Okay.
Because I just think I would be that unpopular.
Oh wow. Are you sure? Are you sure when I said what would you do if you were like a president or something, you didn't confuse me for saying what would you do if you were an evil sorcerer?
I get the two confused.
Oh, okay.
It's the only way I can think of getting power is being an evil sorcerer.
Oh, okay.
Not politically.
A political evil sorcerer.
What about you, Simon?
I'd some presidents, they get like doppelgangers, people who dress up as them and have like plastic surgery to be them.
Yeah.
I'd do that, and I'd have people who were essentially my clones, and then they'd go to all the speeches and stuff for me.
How many would you make, though? You need quite a few. You know, this is actually quite Star Wars X.
Surely you can only have one at a time, because they've got to do something in their usual day. They've got my face on, and they've got to, find something to do with their lives.
This is Star Wars-esque, though.
Is it? Why?
Yeah, because Padme Amidala.
I don't know what that is.
She's the mother of Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
You've seen the third film, right?
Yeah.
She's the woman who's pregnant.
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she had doppelgangers, and they all died. Most of them, I think. One dies from a ship exploding.
Oh dear.
So
it is a hard life for doppelganger.
Yeah.
You do have to sell out quite a bit.
I still think my dragon idea is better, but
no, because
it's cooler. No one's gonna mess with you if you've got a dragon.
Back to what I was saying. You can't have more than one doppelganger once, surely, because they need something to do with their lives. And if they're walking around on the street pretending to be me, what could happen?
Well, the thing is, your idea is very, very placid and a very safe approach, but it doesn't.
But it's not quite a dragon.
It doesn't strike fear in your enemies. They're just like, I just need to kill this doppelganger and then find him. Me, they have to kill a dragon. They don't want to kill a dragon.
Well, you don't.
I'll make a doppelganger for
a
my
doppelganger
dragon.
for the dragon.
Then my dragon can come out. So I got two dragons.
People often get scared that you're blurring reality with fiction. I think you're perfectly sane.
Thank
Jack.
you.
In terms of features, what people have to look forward to today, we've got two features that we're going to experiment with.
Yeah.
So it's Agony Aunt for Jack today. You can tweet in your problems, your sort of life quandaries, and today Jack is more than happy to help you out.
For previous viewers, Skeletor's not here.
No, this isn't Skeletor's Agony Aunt. This is just regular.
I mean, if there's a lot of popular backlash for Skeletor, I might be able to call him in.
But
maybe. It's gonna have to be a lot.
Yeah, but this is going to be an Agony Aunt show, so get tweeting. And also, me and Jack, before the break, are going to make up a word each, and then we're going to have to define each other's words by the end of the show. So, have you been thinking about anything any sort of...
I've been thinking, cruddeny.
Cruddeny?
Cruddeny.
Cruddeny.
That's
Okay.
your word. Cruddeny.
I've got to define cruddeny.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll keep thinking about a word. But for the meantime...
Whoa.
No.
What's this about?
No, I haven't got any sort of fixed word in mind. I want it to be a good one.
I just made that up on the spot.
Well, that was your fault.
Oh.
You can change it. Regardless, before the next songs, we'll put that on. Between now and then, though, you've heard about the what's happened in Russia, haven't you?
Oh, there's a lot of things that happen in Russia.
I'm not talking about everything that happens in Russia. I'm talking about one rather large thing that happened in Russia, or maybe came into contact with Russia.
Oh, you mean Putin punched the sky or something?
Yeah, Putin punched the sky.
Oh wait, the meteor.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh God, I hate myself.
Oh God.
Yeah, the meteor. Tell me about it, Simon.
Well, the way I heard it is that I don't think there was any fatalities, any sort of
Incorrect.
Really?
I think some people got injured.
Yeah, no, fatalities.
Oh, I thought you just meant fatalities as in injuries.
No, because that's not what fatalities mean.
No, fatalities is injury and
No,
death.
that's a casualty.
No, look, I'm sure fatality is just a general term for all of it. I'm sure.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Sometimes I am. I mean, I am wrong about dragons.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we've noticed.
you know, I don't know everything in the world.
Okay. But regardless, so this meteor's hit Russia, and this is really horrible. I mean, I'm glad that not many people have been mortally injured. Like a lot of the injuries are apparently quite manageable, and the government's putting a lot of money into repairs and
I
stuff.
think it's something like 500 people got injured or something.
Okay,
most
considering
of-
it's a meteorite.
Most of them was just glass breaking
Yeah.
from the impact.
Apparently
and
if it was
shards going into their face.
Oh, good fun.
Yeah.
Apparently if it was a mile wider, we'd all be gone.
All of us.
Yeah. Even you.
In that area?
Apparently, yeah. It's a meteorite, for Christ's sake.
Well, yeah, I understand that. It's just like, it really I think it depends on the area of the Earth where it hits, because the dust has to go up into the sky and block out the sun.
Yeah, but
For us
a
to-
mile wider
Yeah.
would be quite a bit bigger.
Yeah, I'm not disputing it. I'm just thinking out loud.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
there maybe somewhere else I could imagine it more, but yeah.
Fair enough. What do you reckon anyone got any superpowers from it? Because that's the sort of old trope, isn't it? Meteorites bring with them superpowers.
Is that?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, there is. There's a.
yeah. The meteorite lands and the naive child wanders over.
There's only one supervillain I know that got powers from a meteorite, and that's Vandal Savage.
Who?
He's a supervillain in DC Comics.
Okay.
He can't die.
Oh, that's pretty good.
He's like lives since like 100,000 years ago.
Yeah.
This
You'd get
I've
bored.
not fallen into reality and mixing
Yeah.
it. I don't actually think he's a real person, people. But yeah, and he like gained super intelligence or something.
From the meteorite.
Yeah, because he slept next to it.
What? Wait.
Because
He
it was
slept
warm.
Oh, okay.
He was a dumb.
It was a dum-dum, but not anymore. Not after the meteorite.
Yeah, and
Okay.
he doesn't die. That's the only one I know that got power from meteorites.
Well, regardless, I reckon that we're going to be seeing some Russian superheroes soon.
I don't think we
I
will.
reckon we are. Yeah.
Why superheroes are not supervillains?
Oh well. Now you've brought us back to evil sorcerer territory.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, right? You know how everyone, they say they'll get superpowers and they'd be a superhero.
Yeah.
I think it'd be more likely more people would become supervillains
Really?
because
You've not much faith in human.
No, I have
compassion.
faith in people. It's just when you have a power that is so strong, like let's say you get super strength,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have a huge advantage against everyone else. I think a lot of people would do good for a bit and realize they could get away with things,
Thing is,
and then they just start becoming a supervillain.
some people are super strong. I mean, you've seen sort of like World's Biggest Man and stuff.
I'm talking Superman is strong, not
No,
I
World's
can lift
Biggest.
a truck.
Oh, you say that like it's something small. Oh, he's only lifting a truck with his teeth.
Yeah, but their muscles are so bulky you can run away from them.
Because they can't fit through doors. You've got an immediate advantage.
Well, no, because there's a difference between bulk and lean muscles, isn't there? If you're
Yeah.
bulky, you can't.
But it's
run
impossible to
fast.
be lean and be able to lift a
That's
truck.
why it would be a superpower to have lean muscles and be able to like pick up a skyscraper.
Do you think these massive people, like the ones on The World's Biggest Man and stuff, do you think they like have to have special doors in their house to be large enough for them to fit in?
They probably have to like have steel doors because of how strong they are.
What, you think they're no longer capable of being gentle?
Maybe they just have beaded doors. Like those
That is a
bead
beautiful
things.
puppy. I don't know why he's Russian. And then he just goes to pet it. They can't be gentle anymore.
Oh, my hinges.
If I was like one of the world's biggest men or something, I'd probably
What would you do? There's only really one thing you can do.
lift things.
Lift things. You have to take part in those competitions. You better be one of the good ones, and no one really knows who you are.
One of the bad big ones.
Yeah, I always feel bad about those competitions. Like, there's the food eating competitions and
Yeah.
everything. I always feel bad for the people who always come like 7th. Because they're good. They're better than most.
Yeah, they're better than me at eating food.
But they don't make a lot of money from it because there's better people doing it.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's got to be a winner, hasn't there?
Yeah, it's a bit unfair though.
How would you prepare for a food eating contest? Would you just like stuff your face, or would you be more regimented about it?
I wouldn't stuff my face.
And what food competition would
I
you
have been in
enter?
a food competition before.
Did you win?
I came second.
What was it?
It was a hot dog eating competition.
Okay.
When I was 12.
How'd you wind up there?
It was a bit of fun.
Well, so the hot dog competition rolled in town, and you thought,
what it was is I went back to visit America.
yeah,
And every year they did a hot dog competition, but you couldn't take part before a certain age.
12.
No, I think it was something like 10.
Why 10?
Because I think when you're 10, it's more acceptable to be able to gorge yourself on hot dogs.
I've not heard of this before.
Well, I was 8.
So we've got a drinking
limit.
limit. We've got a drinking limit, and they've got an eating.
It's like the kid competition. It was like 10 to 13.
Well, so
I took part. And I came
so there were
second.
some 13-year-olds there.
Yeah.
Were they big?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Think
Menacing.
typical American.
Oh God.
But they were big, and I was this scrawny kid.
You still came second.
Yeah.
Oh.
I liked hot dogs.
Yeah. How did you train yourself? How many did you eat?
I ate. I think like I ate 9.
9.
Yeah.
Yum.
That's a lot for a 12-year-old, I think. It might even be a lot for an adult. If I say 9 and people are like, he's lying, I'm like, well,
Do it now.
the
Eat
wor-
9.
The world record is 7. I'm like, I don't think I could eat 9 hot dogs now, to be honest. I don't know how I did it, but I did.
Do you think people like wake up one day, like you woke up one day, or you saw something and thought, I want to be an archaeologist, that's my career?
Yeah.
Do you think people wake up one day and say, I want to eat professionally?
There was that documentary on television during Christmas break about food eating competitions. It wasn't.
Okay.
I call it a documentary. It was more like talking to people
Who eat?
who eat. But a lot of them seem to just like eating as kids, and they never gain weight, so they just end
so
up
great
going into it.
metabolism.
Yeah, so they just do that. It was some really disgusting scenes.
Why don't they
watching
have
them
it?
eat.
Why don't they have it in the Olympics? Eating.
It does require a lot of work.
Yeah. It's a
But-
legitimate sport.
I don't think it's a sport.
We'll define a sport.
I would say something that uses more than one muscle.
Something that uses more than one muscle.
Yes.
Well,
So okay, let's say something that requires strength, and dexterity.
okay.
Strength, dexterity,
And
and
technically-
constitution. That's the 3 things.
Okay, technically, all you need is constitution for eating
Yeah.
contests.
Yeah, I think it should like have all 3 of those.
But you don't. But you've got horse parading or whatever it is in the Olympics, and that doesn't.
Well, it requires strength.
No.
Yeah, it does.
Why?
From the horse.
Yeah, but the horse doesn't get the award. The horse also doesn't get the money.
Okay, fine. Let's split up sports into 2 sections. Then.
Okay.
There's the obvious. Those are sporty, like
Yeah.
running,
Yeah.
throwing a stick,
Mm-hmm.
javelin. That was
Yeah,
hey,
throwing.
guys.
I believe
Not the
throwing
pole
a stick
vault,
is the
not the pole vault.
professional term.
And then let's say it's the more finesse sports,
Mm-hmm.
which require constitution, dexterity, and concentration.
Okay. Cool.
Still, food eating, none of them.
Fair
Still
enough.
requires only constitution.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Well, on that wonderful note, do you want to change your word that I've got to define by the end of the show?
Do you have a word?
I've got one.
Do you want to say your word?
Okay. My word for you to define by the end of the show, I don't know what this feature's called. It'll probably be called Word Whizzle. I don't know. Is cluddered. So CLUDD.
Cluttered.
Yeah.
Oh,
ERD.
I
Cluttered.
see what you did there.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, cluddered. Have you got a word?
I'll stay
for
with
me?
crudiny.
Crudony.
Crudiny.
Okay, crudony. I like it.
You can have
Alright.
crudiny.
If anyone listening or on the Twitter has any ideas of what these words could potentially mean, please do share, because we love hearing your opinions. Now, I'm going to play my favourite song, Chocolate, by the 1975, followed by my favourite song, Sleaze, by Knife Party.
That
which-
doesn't sound very safe.
Yeah, it doesn't have a safe title, does it? Alright, enjoy everyone! Whoa, music.
This is live from Bournemouth University.
Hello, Hello, this is Afternoon Delight. What's up? We're back. Okay, that was Chocolate by the 1975 and Sleaze by Knife Party. I'm joined with Jack Martin Jones.
Hello.
I was thinking we could talk about, because it's topical, the Pope standing down, resigning.
He finally got a seat.
Yeah, finally got a seat.
I'm
'Cause
sorry for the bad joke, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah,
It's a horrible joke.
but it's because he feels he's too old. He's resigning for old age.
Yes.
And this is the first time a Pope has resigned in 600 years.
Since 1415.
Why do you reckon he needs to stand down? What do you reckon it really is? Because, no offence to Popey, but sitting around and being Catholic and talking all day isn't that much hard work. And he's not the oldest
I
Pope.
can't imagine it's the most fun job, though.
I don't know. Maybe he's motivated and inspired by Catholicism.
I would imagine he is, since he was the Pope.
Yeah.
But,
But
from the research that we did earlier,
yeah,
we found out that apparently he prayed not to be Pope.
yeah. It's curious, isn't it? I mean, why did he take the role if he was praying not to be Pope?
Well, either he felt he couldn't deny God,
True.
or he was bullied by the other bishops.
They bullied him into doing it.
Yeah.
So it was like a schoolyard sort of thing,
Yeah.
and they're all wearing their robes, their dresses, and
He came round with a different robe. He's like, "Oh, look at you, Mr. Fancy Man. You gonna be the Pope?" Oh, come on, guys. Leave me alone. I'm 78.
looks like you're dressed for being the Pope.
Because the previous Pope actually, he put a limit of age of certain, like you could only be, I think, a bishop till 70 or something.
Really?
And
Okay.
yeah, he put age limits like to a certain age.
All right.
Like, and then you're like, it's time to just retire.
Yeah.
dude.
Okay.
So but there's none for the Pope.
How do you climb the
The ladder.
the Christian
business ladder.
ladder? How do you start off as just a monk or something?
Well,
and then
you have to be Catholic.
do you earn promotions?
I guess you start off as like a choir boy,
Okay.
and then
And if you sing well enough,
and then you get the incense.
yeah, if you sing well enough, you're allowed to go to sort of monkhood or maybe sort of priesthood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm imagining you have to like give up everything and just
Yeah.
give everything to the church. I'm not sure. I've never really thought about it. I do know one of my very, very, very backup plans, if
Yeah.
everything went wrong, was just to go and to become a priest.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work if you're an atheist. But
True, I can
I
imagine.
think I could pull it off
You-
if it was my...
Why are you so adamant you could be a good priest? I'm sure
I
it's
didn't
actually
say I'd
quite
be a
hard
good
work.
priest.
Oh, okay.
I just said I'd be a priest.
Oh, okay.
I just, I'd get by.
Fair enough. But so I'm just curious, how much work do you have to do to get to the Pope point? Like,
I'm imagining you have
do you have to change enough lives? Is there like a quota?
I'm
you need-
imagining you have to, show you a lot of repentance for your past actions.
So when they're picking, so that when people
Who
are,
can repent the most?
yeah, exactly. when they're doing sort of confessions, the confession person's also got sort of clipboards,
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, repented this, and the most repenting and the sort of best.
Maybe it's like, maybe they look back on your past life and
Hmm.
see your past actions.
Do you reckon the interviews for sort of bishops and stuff are done in confession booths? Because they can't lie.
That's true, actually. That's a good point. But maybe it's more extreme if they look. Let's say you went into Christendom and you became
Yeah.
you went into all of that when you were 20,
Yeah.
but you had time to do bad things,
Oh, okay.
and then you show a transgression of I've become.
Holy.
Yes, I was gonna say like one with the Force, and I was like,
I've
that's,
become
that's
one
Jedi.
with the Force. Because those two are completely.
That's yeah.
But
Yeah, maybe like that, because Pope Benedict,
Yeah.
he had that whole Nazi Germany thing.
Yeah, but I
So
don't.
maybe
I
I don't think
I'm
he's
not
bad for
concerned
that.
about that. Yeah.
No, I
mean,
think maybe that's why they picked him originally. Because
What they wanted a contra.
No.
So all the bishops got together and said,
guys.
this time round we want a wild card.
No, it's not. I don't think that's the reason. I think maybe it's because he left
repented
the
the
army.
most.
He left the army.
Yeah.
And I guess he condemned it.
Yes.
And he put himself in danger for that.
Yeah.
So maybe it martyred him a bit. Martyr's not the right word because he didn't die. But
Yeah. But
you know what
still,
I mean?
Yeah.
Like he took a risk. And
No,
he
I when I found out that he had that history, I was actually quite sort of supportive of putting him in that place because it shows sort of.
Were you one of the voters, Simon?
I was one of the bishops. Yeah.
What?
No, I was quite supportive of it because I thought, okay, well, regardless of his sins, regardless of his history, they're transgressive and sort of forgiving enough to allow him to ascend up the Christianity business ladder.
Yeah. Just keep.
This is how I see it now. When they're sitting
under the robes, they wear suits.
Yeah, when they're sitting in their room talking about sort of Christianity stuff, they've also got a chart with like lines on it, and it's like, okay, so sinning's up 20% this week.
Oh, good lord. But yeah, I think that's probably how it works.
Jenkins, what do you think we should do about all this sort of
Bishop Jenkins?
Yeah, Bishop Jenkins.
I hope he becomes the Pope.
So, Bishop Jenkins, what do you think we should do about this rise of sin? Well, maybe we could put our faith in God. No, that doesn't work nearly as well as synergizing our assets. Come on, Jenkins.
This is why you won't be Pope.
This is it? Oh, okay. I thought it had something to do with not being Christian, but okay.
But he was the oldest Pope.
The oldest, was he?
Yeah, he was made Pope at age 78.
I thought you were going to say 7. I thought he was going to be the youngest Pope, and he's just been there for the most time.
But yeah, no, he was voted as when he went into power, he was the oldest Pope to ever to be given the position.
I think they should go with a young and next. I think they should go with a 7-year-old.
Yeah, they need young blood in there.
who's got as much wisdom and as much sort of as much innocence as a child? You know, a child isn't as familiar with evil and such.
Yeah.
And we're not alluding to anything. I'm honestly saying this seriously. I mean, why not go for a younger pope?
Because Catholics look to their pope for advice.
Yeah, but who's more impartial than a child?
I think my wife is cheating on me, Pope Billy.
Pope Billy.
It's like, what does the 7-year-old say to that? Dad, I don't know what to say to you.
Fair enough. On that note,
by young blood we probably mean like 50. 50's
yeah,
young.
that is young.
Terms.
So they're all sitting around the bishop table, and then that hip young pope.
Yeah. With his cool glasses.
Yeah, that hip pope is just strolling in on a skateboard. Yeah, but what do you think? Sort of how quickly do you think the turnover is for a new pope? So when can we expect our next?
It's probably months.
Really? So who's God communicating through for the next few months then?
It's got an intern.
Benedict's assistant.
Yeah.
So God's paperwork goes to Benedict's assistant now. On his Hotmail.
It's got an intern.
Yeah.
Work experience.
Work experience for the Pope.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if you do a theology degree,
okay.
What better experience can you get than relaying God's messages?
Relaying God's messages. Beep, beep. Oh, it's you've got a email from God. He wants to organise an 8:30 with you. I can't make it. I'm just too busy poping.
I can't imagine. I can't remember what the last turnover was like, but I imagine it's not very quick. Just because it's it is theology.
I reckon I know why the Pope's standing down. I reckon I know why
what is it?
He's taken this leave. The PS4's coming out.
Oh, and he needs to get that game to school, man.
He thought I'm not gonna have enough time to Assassin's Creed if
Uncharted 4.
Yeah,
that must be one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's whatever. But he was thinking, I'm not gonna have enough time to play all these cool new titles coming out.
I've already missed
poping.
most of the PS3 releases.
Yeah, he was really sore about missing the PS3.
There's no proof, but there's not enough not proof.
Yes.
For this.
Yeah.
It could be
basically,
what I'm saying is we don't know, but it could be.
yeah. What did you think? Did you watch the live PS4 stuff?
I knew it. I was like on my computer at the time, but because I'm not really a console person, I didn't really watch it. I do know friends who did, and they talked to me. They relayed the information I required,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't watch it personally. I did watch a few funny bits, like of not to be mean, but there's like certain like the Street Fighter 4
Yeah.
Japanese fellow.
Yeah.
He's the head of director. It's always funny watching them because they switch between Japanese and English.
Oh,
They're usually so
okay.
enthusiastic also. And then you kind of laugh because you can't really understand them because they keep switching.
Yeah.
But you're just so happy because they're so enthusiastic.
You're happy because they're happy. They announced some cool stuff. Like, basically, what I think's kind of interesting is that the new controller's going to have a share button on it, which means you can be playing a game, you can be doing whatever you want, and press that, and you can upload it to all your social networking and share what you're doing. Which,
Oh, you mean just like, I'm playing this game?
yeah. First of all, I don't think that's interesting. The fact
Does it
that you
need to-
can
does it
show
need to
your
be a
friends you're
button,
playing
though,
games.
on the
I don't know
controller?
what they're going to do with it. It might prompt up a new menu or whatever.
I just, in my mind, I don't think you need to add an extra button in that situation. Surely it could just be an
It
option
depends-
on the menu.
It depends
but-
what they're doing with it, because it might be you press that button and another menu comes up that's completely different. But what is
Yeah.
cool is that that share button's mainly there because now the actual console records everything you're doing.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So-
like the live streaming thing.
Yeah, so you can do Let's Plays, which is where people sit down and record
See-
themselves playing games and put it on YouTube. You can do those really easy.
Our friend Nick
Oh,
had a
Curran.
concern. Yes, Nick
Yeah.
Kern. He's a friend from Brighton. He's doing an economics degree, so we know he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, he had to worry about that because he didn't understand how they would not cause lag because of it, because it's already so laggy, a lot of the live streaming,
Yeah.
because so many people do it.
Yeah.
If everyone's doing it automatically, how will they get around that?
They've made better hardware, I think.
That's what I said. Like they must have thought of something, but maybe they also have an option to turn it off.
Maybe. And also, one of the reasons Xbox 360 is doing quite well and has been doing better than the PS3 in terms of statistics is because it's more like a computer. It's
Yeah.
got hard drives and stuff, and PS3 lacks that. And they've admitted with the sort of launch that they're going to put in some more stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's going to become more like a computer.
It's more customizable, the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
You can move and take the hard drive out and everything. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. But another thing they were talking about is you can now ghost people's controllers. So if you're stuck in a game, you're playing Pokemon 7D Massive X Mega version, right? With the Pope, you and
Oh, I
him are
can't
on
wait for
co-op, yeah.
Mm.
And you and the Pope are stuck. You can't get through this level because there's an evil sorcerer and his dragon in the way.
And I just go share it to the Pope.
No,
and
no,
he-
you're
he
playing with the Pope.
finishes it.
The Pope's hopeless. I mean, the Pope doesn't believe in violence, so he's just
He's
walking
just
around.
sitting in the corner.
Yeah. He doesn't believe in violence, so you're not going to get the Pope to kill this dragon.
God damn it,
But
Pope.
you can contact me.
Uh-huh.
You can contact me over PS Network,
Mm.
and then I can ghost your controller and start doing the level for you if you're stuck.
That's kind of good.
Well, what me and Tim, who was usually on the show, realised is that what does that open in terms of hacking potential?
That's quite... Like, I could imagine people could hack that in the early games, like when it first released, and they haven't gotten...
Well, it depends how foolproof they are, because it won't be the first time Sony's been hacked.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, usually when people are going to exploit something like that, it will be in the beginning time. When they just don't know. They just don't know everything, and then someone will find out, and then, oh, God, that's going to be a lot of
Grief.
anger there.
Yeah.
I don't like it in principle, anyway.
Really?
I don't like it because, I mean, I kind of like it in a sense that some people just sometimes can't do a bit in a video game.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how it works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't do something. But a lot of the time, people kind of just, like, they can't do it a couple of times, and they're like, can you do it for me?
Yeah.
And then it's like, where do you get the self-completion?
Your friends will start becoming
Yeah.
annoying, won't they?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't do this. Can you help me out, bud?
The whole point of a video game is like to complete it, to beat it yourself. Like you show like I did it. I beat that hard boss.
Yeah. The Pope was with me. We
I
slayed
didn't
the
get
dragon.
Pope Benedict to finish it for me.
I unlocked the Pope as a playable character.
But I understand it.
Okay. Just before we put on some songs, remind the people of the words we're trying to add definitions to. So your one is cudded. You're trying to find a definition for the word cudded by the end of the show.
Wasn't it cluttered or cudded?
Oh no, it was cluddered. You're right.
Yeah,
sorry.
cluddered.
Clud. Yeah.
Cluttered, and your one was cruddeny.
Cruddeny. Okay. We'll sit on those. Between now and then, however, I think that everyone wants to hear. By the way, by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, my favourite, and Step Up for the Cool Cats by Palmer Violets, my favourite. We'll see you soon. Yes, we will.
Is Bournemouth Student Radio.
What's up?
Oh, and welcome back to Afternoon Delight. Here with you is me, Jack Christopher George Martin Jones, and also Simon Schneider.
Hi. Guys, if you want to get into contact with the studio, you can. Oh boy, can you.
Just tweet us in at Nerve Radio, or text us at 07766404142. What is that again, Simon?
I believe the number is 07766404142.
And that's wonderful.
Okay, cool. Enough cheesiness.
This is my radio voice.
So, earlier this week, I had a haircut.
Ooh.
Now, I do like the feeling of a nice haircut afterwards. Like, you got all that hair off you, and, I mean, it's just nice to feel a bit more sort of shaven and clean.
Controlled.
Like, controlled, exactly. But it's the journey of getting there, isn't it? Because I believe that haircuts are quite awkward situations.
I think most people believe this.
Yeah. I mean, what really gets me is the small talk. Like, you sit down, they've got their scissors, their implements of potential torture, so you feel like you might need to impress them. And they ask you sort of generic questions that sort of... I usually just want my hair cut. When I go to a hairdresser's, my goal is usually just to have my hair cut, not to make a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Well, the worst thing for me is that I get grey hair.
Ooh.
So
pretty
they
early.
always comment on my grey hairs. And like, how old are you? One time, a woman, because, you know, I also sometimes get grey hair in my beard.
Oh, dear.
So I went there, and they thought I was like 25. And I'm like, I'm 19. It was very embarrassing, and I didn't enjoy that moment whatsoever.
You see, my hair grows really thick really fast.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So I'd go there, and then a month later I'd be back, and they'd be like, "So when was the last time you got your hair cut?" And
Yeah.
I'd be like, "It's only been a month," and the guy's just like, "There's so much hair. What's going on?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, I have the exact same issue. Except with me, I just leave it for 4 months.
Oh God,
Well, you see me with my big hair
my big hair."
every 4 months. But the last haircut I got, which was around 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
it was the first time I've never had an awkward haircut.
Oh.
It was actually a pleasant haircut. And she talked to me and everything. It was okay.
Oh.
I was going to go to a different hairdresser's.
Yeah.
And then I just, I walked past this other one. I was like, I can't be asked to
Yeah.
walk to the other one. I'll go to this one. And she was a pleasant woman.
Whereabouts was it?
It's near the Asda.
Oh, okay.
Near the Asda. I was going to go past the Asda, more to town, to Razor Cuts, I think.
Oh, Razorhead. That's
yeah,
where I
Razorhead,
go.
yeah. Because I went there last time and I liked it because it had Star Wars posters.
Yeah, also has some
And the guy
Beatles
talked
stuff.
sci-fi with me, but I still felt awkward.
Yeah, and it just feels awkward.
But the woman...
Like any conversation where the person has a sharp object in their hand, I defy anyone to say that's not awkward. I just find it...
Yeah, I guess it matters on the implications of the sharp object.
Yes.
But the woman, she gave me a compliment because she said, I don't usually talk to male customers unless they're interesting. And I'm like, oh,
I usually pretend I'm a mute.
oh you're nice. You've
I
won
like
me
you.
over.
One thing that also annoys me about haircuts is that you still got bits of hair on you, like a couple days after.
See, it's not as big of a deal for me because I leave it for so long that it's all long hair, so it's really noticeable.
Okay.
And I don't have it like shaved or anything. I just have it pretty much scissor cut.
Yeah, but do you, when you go for a haircut, do you think about what you're going to wear before you go there? Because
I always wear like clothes that like I've worn like before and I'm gonna wash anyway.
Oh, okay, good choice.
Or like clothes I don't really wear outside and just wear it inside.
But you've got to be tactical about it, because even if you wash it straight after, if you wear a jumper to a haircut, that's gonna be hairy for a while. That's
Yeah.
gonna have bits of you in it for a while. You've got to be tactical about these things. I usually go for the I usually go for the t-shirt sort of maybe hoodie combo.
I mean, the only way really to defeat it is to have a human hair jumper.
then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I usually
You get used to it after a while, surely. I think monks used to like sew human hair into their robes.
monks did some really silly stuff.
Well, no, they used to do it because it made them more, I think, pensive. Like it made them. There was something. I just remember there was a Ned Flanders thing of where he used to weave. He weaved human hair into his jumper to keep him calm. So I'm assuming, but it was like a extreme version of it, obviously. So I assume it. I think it did happen in medieval times.
Yeah, but the funny thing about that, I think I'm right about this. Ages ago, in medieval times, one of the first forms of invented contraception was actually.
How did I know you were gonna talk about this?
I don't know.
I
But
just thought it was like he's gonna talk about contraception.
but monks invented one of the first forms of contraception. It used to be like leather pouches and stuff.
Well, the best form of contraception is a chastity belt.
Yes.
Boys and girls listening.
Do people still use chastity belt?
I believe they do, yes.
Really?
Not in the Western world so much, but I do believe they use them elsewhere. You got to remember, the world is a big place.
But with yeah. Thanks for that. With chastity
Jack's
belts.
wisdom.
With chastity belts. So your parents always have the keys.
I
don't
think
they?
you're imagining a huge metal device that has been portrayed.
But that is what they usually are.
Chastity belts could also just be, like a leather thing that is around the groin that you tie in the back and you can't untie.
But that wouldn't work, because if the child chooses to go off and not contracept themselves, you can rip through leather. You can take leather off. I thought it had to be sort of.
You're a determined fellow, aren't you, Simon?
I thought
Rip
usually
through that leather.
I thought usually it was a more sort of stern substance.
Well,
it's the whole point of a chastity belt, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it can be broken into, it's like having a safe made out of leather to hide all your money.
Well, no, because there were also chastity belts for people who had already had.
Ah.
And they were doing it as a form of like, I'm purifying myself. So if they untie it, then they can't retie it, or it's not tied the same way, and then they know. Then whoever knows.
But your parents.
I think husbands used to do it to their wives.
Okay.
As like ways if they went off to war for a while, so that they would know.
But some of them were made of metal. Some of them were sort of.
Yeah.
So
extreme cases.
Yeah. So they'd go off to war and take the key with them. How would they wash that area? What happens there?
I think they didn't go off to war and take the key with them.
Why not? What's the point of putting the chastity belt
Not
on?
if it's metal. I imagine the
What's
parents...
the point of having it if you're going to give the key to the person?
No, you don't give the key to the person. I think you give it to the parents, and then they probably had to go to their parents like, I need a wee. It's like, all right, here, let's undo that. And I expect you in 5 minutes.
Okay,
If you're longer than 5 minutes, I'm killing your boyfriend or whatever. I don't know.
Oh dear, chastity belts.
I've never really looked into this.
Did you get male chastity belts?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I imagine they were less common,
Yeah,
but actually it makes more sense if a male has one
yeah,
in a sense because they can always keep it on
yeah,
as long as they. You guys can
yeah.
finish that.
But with like male chastity belts,
Mm-hmm.
do they have to get it sized? Because not every
Sized how?
because not every male can
Is
fit in the same chastity belt.
Probably.
So,
But not
what
every
I'm
human
angling
being
at,
is the same.
true. But what I'm angling at the end of
Yeah.
the day is that
This is
were their chastity belt tailors?
they were more likely blacksmiths. I would imagine they were blacksmiths because it's metal.
What are you doing today?
Making the prince's chastity belts. Cling, cling.
Oh dear.
But I imagine yes. But I don't know if they had. I imagine some of them may have just used groin protection type stuff. Actually, no, there were chastity belts for men for war.
Yeah.
Definitely for war to wear underneath.
Yeah, to
So-
protect what must be protected.
Yes.
If you were in like a oh yeah, that's something I was thinking about the other day.
Yeah.
So we've got sirs and madams and stuff.
Yes.
If we do have a medieval war, right? Elton John is going to be in the front lines.
And Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, isn't that going to
And
be
Ian
brilliant?
McKellen.
Yeah, isn't that going to
You shall not pass. Twang.
be? But what? That would be weird.
It would be weird. I don't trust these celebrities to
Really?
protect our country.
Who else is there who would be there?
The only experience Patrick Stewart has war-wise is the Star Trek films.
And
and playing King Lear, I believe.
and also
And Shakespeare. And
what's his
stuff.
name? The baldy who's going to be in Iron Man 3.
The baldy who's going to be in Iron Man 3.
Yeah,
I
forget his
don't
name.
know.
Sir.
There's a lot of sirs. Just a
Yeah,
lot of
there is.
madams. I like how we can only think of the sirs.
True.
We can't think of a
Well,
single
there is that
madam.
one madam who was a madam for cleaning or something, wasn't she?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, she'll be out there in the war.
There's a sir for beekeeping.
Really?
Yes.
So he's gonna bring us bees on the battlefield.
From what I imagine,
Bees.
I think he's a sir because he softened relations with certain countries because of trading honey and such.
Oh, okay. I thought
He's either
I thought you were gonna say soften the relations with the bees.
he may be.
We need our top man to communicate with the bees.
I think he's a sir. He may not be. He may just have gotten a Medal of Honor.
For what? In his war against the bees?
Not the war against bees. You're now the one in less reality.
In less reality.
My brain's not working today.
Yeah, I can
got
tell.
distracted by the dragon.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, on that note, we're going to put on a couple tunes because that's what we do here. We sell music, but not just any music. No, not just any music at all. We sell Reload by Wiley and Chip, my favourite ditty, and Bounce by Calvin Harris.
Bounce, bounce.
Yeah, I like that one. It's all right.
Good job, Calvin.
You could say it's my favourite.
Tweet
See you
him.
soon, guys.
This is Bournemouth Student Radio.
Welcome back, everybody, to Afternoon Delight. I'm Jack. Here's Simon.
Hi, I'm Simon. If you want to get in contact with the show, do some tweeting, and potentially have your opinions heard on air, you can contact us on Twitter on @NerveRadio. You can find us on Facebook on Nerve Radio, or you can text into the studio on 077 66 40 4142. Zach, what's that number? I mean,
Oh.
Jack.
Whoa, what? 07766404142.
Okay, and you could potentially send us your problems and your Agony Aunt issues
Yes.
because we're about to do Jack's Agony Aunt.
Yes. But firstly, present.
Present.
We were going to talk about something else, weren't we?
Oh yeah, that can wait until after Agony Aunt.
Okay.
We're gonna do Agony Aunt first. Okay. Now, I'm gonna look through the Twitter. I'm gonna see who's messaged in and who has problems for you to solve.
Mm.
Okay. So, Beardy Man 13. His problem is, I don't know whether my child is mine. So we're gonna start with a hard hitter with a big one.
Ooh.
What'd you do for Beardy Man 15?
Do you
Jack?
have a cleft chin?
Well, he can't answer.
Well, tweet in again.
Oh, here it is. Yes.
Oh, okay. Does your child have a cleft chin?
I think I know what you're angling at here, Jack.
Well, it's genetic.
Okay.
If it has a cleft chin,
So you're
then,
recommending for him to get a genetics test?
well, you don't need to spend all that money.
So you
Well,
reckon...
no, cleft chin is genetic. If one of your parents have cleft chin.
What if the guy that the girl's cheated with also has a cleft chin?
Okay, well, fine. Look for any discernible birthmarks.
What if he has no birthmarks?
Well,
Oh, he's tweeted in. His most definitive and distinctive birthmark is his beard.
that's not a birthmark.
Oh,
That's a growth.
Okay, well, there you
Does
have
your
it,
kid have a
beardy man.
beard? Well, sadly, most males can grow a beard. Okay, what I advise is don't approach your wife to this. Don't
talk to his
don't
wife.
talk to her about it because it will just cause drama.
Yeah.
You need to go behind her back
Okay.
and approach a DNA test for this. If the cleft chin thing doesn't work,
Okay.
I can give you.
Do you recommend him
a
making
source.
any? Do you recommend him making any accusations before the results come back?
Only, no.
No.
What I should do, what I would do, because it could just be you're paranoid. I suggest don't go on Jerry Springer or anything. You're better than that, bearded man.
You're better than that.
You got a beard.
You're here.
But do that. Then wait till the child's 18 and shout it. Just don't open the results till he's 18.
Okay. It's
Give it
a
to
long,
him as a present.
play the long game. Play the long game. Oh, that is actually quite a good present for a child.
Am I your father or not?
Now you can be
Oh.
certain.
Because then it shows that it didn't matter. Because they were your
Yeah.
child in his eyes.
Yeah.
That DNA doesn't matter.
In your eyes and in your beard, beardy man, he is your child, and that's
There
all
you
that
go.
matters.
Happy ending.
Okay, let me find another. Scroll. There's some good ones here. I'm going to go with Fred Robson. I'm stuck on my computer and can't leave. What do you recommend he
well,
do?
by
What's
the
your diagnosis, Dr. Jack?
Thank you. Hello, Dr. Jones. From what I can understand from this message, he says stuck to his computer, so he's literally glued himself to the computer.
Potentially.
Maybe he was making his computer, and then he had the thermal paste,
Ah.
and then he got some stuck on his hand.
And now he can't get off the computer.
Yeah, is this Jay, my housemate, and you've just made a tweet account called Fred Robinson to not be embarrassed?
Potentially.
What do you do? Why do you need to leave?
Okay.
You need
The
to
verdict is leaving
leave.
isn't
Sounds like
something
my
he's-
dream.
What if he does need to leave? What if he needs to go to the toilet? Or what if he's got an obligation? Actually, I assume it's a he. Fred Robson could easily be a woman's name.
Frederica, yeah. True. Well, in that situation, peeing yourself is acceptable. If you cannot get to the toilet. How
I thought
heavy
you
is
meant-
this computer?
Oh, I thought you meant if he had an obligation, just pee himself.
No.
Okay.
But I think there's certain situations where you're allowed to pee yourself. Like,
Really?
okay, what about that guy whose hand got trapped in the boulder?
In that film?
Yeah. Which
He
was
can pee himself.
Which was a
Fine.
true thing.
Yeah, it's a true story. And
So,
the guy actually took his arm.
I think you
But
should
it's
be
not the same
allowed
as that, is it?
to
It's not the
soil
same-
yourself.
It's not the same
It's
as...
kind of similar. He's stuck to his computer.
No, it's not the same as being stuck in a crevice in the middle of nowhere with no connection to your phone. He's literally on the internet. Help is literally
Maybe
a
he
button
only had
away.
5 minutes of internet and he was listening to our show and then he was like,
He invested
people.
his last 5 minutes wisely, contacting us.
yes.
I think this might have been a plea for
He
help
only
from
has one
Frederica.
hand to use. His other hand's stuck to the computer.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were alluding to something else. Anyway,
Whoa.
on that note, Fred, we recommend don't leave. Life is much better in front of the screen, apparently.
Well,
The open world is overrated.
once
Stay
you
there.
once you get hungry, like contact someone. You could have given us your address. Then we could have at least called the police for you or something.
True. All right. Sorry, Fred.
Sorry, actually, to be honest, Fred, you're a bit dumb, aren't you?
Yeah, you're beyond help.
Come on, man.
That is something we can do on this show. We can tell you if you're beyond help.
Yeah.
Moving on to a Mr. M. Smith. Now, M. Smith says he thinks he's allergic to women.
Just like physically or emotionally.
Well, allergic.
Because I think I'm allergic emotionally to women.
An allergy is a physical thing. I think Mr. Smith here is alluding to the fact that he is allergic to women, so he can't be around them.
Well, it matters what kind of allergy it is. If he gets hives, like really bad hives, then he emotionally is allergic to them also, because he can't be around women.
Okay.
Because it'd be quite traumatizing for a
Let's
woman.
Let's assume it's debilitating.
So like he'll die.
No, he just can't control himself, or sort of he can't keep control of his body.
Oh, so
not in any
he freaks out.
Weird way. Maybe it's just like a spasm or something. But regardless,
seizures.
Yeah, or something like that. What do you recommend for?
You don't
Mr.
need
M.
ladies,
Smith? Okay.
unless you want a kid,
What if he wants a kid? I think that's a pretty natural.
I guess. But I guess he must like women if he's bothered by this.
Yes.
Yeah, I would suggest going to a medical doctor, not a doctor of archaeology.
I'd recommend reevaluating where you've chosen to look for help.
There must be something to help with that, surely? Maybe?
I don't think it's an ibuprofen sort of job. I think it's a bit more extreme than that.
Maybe there's a correlation to... Maybe change your diet. Actually, no. What you should do
Yeah.
is record what you eat, like your
Okay.
normal diet for a few months, and then see what correlation it is. Could just be a food diet thing.
So Smith should change his diet to maybe something a bit more.
yeah, record it for a few
feminine.
months. See what relation there is.
Yeah, slowly wean himself onto.
So it
women.
could be cheese, and if he eats lots of cheese one day and he's more allergic, then he knows, and then he just cut out cheese.
Yeah, or maybe eat some more ladylike foods, so his body becomes more accustomed to sort of.
I don't know. Become vegetarian. That's what doctors always say. Become vegetarian.
Really?
Well,
They-
no,
no.
because vegetarianism can be quite healthy as long as you get enough protein.
Yes.
But
However,
you don't. But the emphasis on
it can easily also be unhealthy.
Well, yeah, but
Oh well.
it'll help your cholesterol in the long run.
We hope
anyway.
we've helped, M. Smith. Okay, now I'm going to scroll a bit. This one looks alright. Okay, from Denver Mule 360. I lost my WoW account. I think my life's over.
I'm assuming he means World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I am too.
If this was a few years back when I played WoW, I've actually been. No.
What? You don't want to help him?
Well, recently I've been playing a tiny bit on a private server, which is a
Okay.
bit illegal. But I've been
Okay.
playing with friends, and we've just been messing around.
Okay.
It's not like
More video
we're
game
not
stuff.
addicted. We're not addicted.
But Mr.
this
Denver
guy,
Mule, yeah, he is addicted. So what do you recommend?
from my understanding, it doesn't really matter if you lose it because it's so easy now that he could probably get to the top level.
But
in a
it sounds
day.
like he's put a lot of time into this.
Get better game.
A lot of your answers to these have been reevaluate your life.
Well, if you're
Earlier
if
you
you're
said-
sending messages to agony ants, you should
Well,
reevaluate your life.
earlier you said to the man who was stuck on his computer, or potentially woman, that
Actually, I told him not to reevaluate his life.
yes, to stay on the computer. This is conflicting because you're
How's it
telling this
conflicting?
guy.
I said get a better computer game.
Okay, so you're
Not stop playing video games.
So you've essentially recommended the
fine.
same advice.
Okay,
Just stay on the computer, but do something else.
I'll do the generic Blizzard advice. Send a ticket to your local game master
Okay.
and wait for a response. If that response does not come within the next few days, send another ticket straight to the Blizzard team that deals with stolen accounts. Then wait for a few days. When you realize they don't reply, phone up the phone lines and ask, "Hey, I can't get into my account because it's been hacked." They will soon respond duly.
I reckon Denver Mule 360 is the Pope. I reckon he's messed up again. Because we've established this, the Pope likes online gaming. He's a big fan. Not the violence.
I don't think he's an MMO kind of guy, son.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know. There's a lot of killing in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but he's a non-violent player.
Well, you think he's a priest in World of Warcraft?
In all fairness,
A holy priest.
I think that's what he'd be accustomed to.
I guess. Play to your strengths.
Yeah. I
But
reckon
yeah,
this is a
Denver, follow that. I don't even know why you need to ask me. Surely you could have just gone to the Blizzard website and gone, "Hey, my account got stolen." What were you doing to get it stolen?
I don't.
I'm assuming he was doing something illegal, like buying gold.
Maybe, yeah. From
Then I'm gonna report you to
okay.
Blizzard.
You're always so sympathetic for our listeners. Okay.
No, I hate them all.
Okay. Sorry, Denver Mule, if we couldn't help out. Oh, now this is my personal favourite.
Yeah.
I found a good one here from Beyonce fan. I think I have scurvy.
Oh, eat oranges.
Are you sure?
Scurvy.
Scurvy. Beyonce fan has scurvy.
It's a illness.
Yeah,
of
it
the
is.
Teeth.
How do you reckon scurvy? How do you reckon Beyonce got it?
Probably sailing on the high seas.
We do get a lot of
Not a lot of
pirate
fruit.
listeners.
Not a lot of fruit on the high seas.
Yeah.
You ever seen any fruit on the high seas? I don't think so.
How do you catch scurvy in this day and age?
Some people do. When you think about it, a lot of young people don't actually eat that much fruit. I mean, we probably don't eat that much fruit.
I do. But
How
if
much fruit do you eat?
I aim for the 3, 4, maybe 5 a day.
Maybe 5 a day.
Yeah. But it's look, 3 a day is a lot better than these fictional children.
There's a funny joke about the 5 a day.
I'm sure there is, but it's much more acceptable than these fictional teenagers you've made up that are getting scurvy.
One time it used to be an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
Now we need to eat 5. Broken Britain.
Okay. That was
That
good.
was a horrible joke. I didn't make it.
Maybe you should be going into the agony art for looking for comedy.
Yeah, just eat some oranges. Maybe they're allergic to fruit.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Like citrus fruit. Which
yeah.
is the easiest one to prevent scurvy. Which then I would suggest bananas aren't very good at preventing scurvy.
Oh, they're not.
Coconuts are pretty good, but they may not like the taste of coconut.
Yeah.
Apples, just eat loads of apples probably.
Well,
It's probably the best bet.
You've got it, Beyonce fan.
Berries, grapes.
Grapes. Get rid of.
I'm just naming all fruit now.
Yeah. Get rid of that scurvy.
Pomegranate, yay!
Get rid of that scurvy with some grapes.
I hate pomegranate.
Okay, this will be the last one. I'll find one now. We've got quite a bunch. It's really elicited a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. Poop Feast 400 asks.
Well, firstly, horrible name.
Horrible.
Horrible name.
Horrible.
Horrible name.
Okay, sorry, Poop Feast. He asks, I keep seeing Anne Widdecombe everywhere I go.
Maybe she is everywhere you go.
Is that your answer? You're not imagining things.
It could be.
I doubt he's seeing Anne Widdecombe everywhere he goes.
I need some examples of like places Anna Widdecombe wouldn't be. If like he went, I don't know, shark cage.
Yeah,
and
maybe-
then Anna Widdecombe was approaching him.
Maybe he's one of Anne's bodyguards.
Yeah. Then what is he complaining about? Like you're bodyguarding Anne Widdecombe. Does she even need a bodyguard?
Oh, I think there are plenty.
Oh no,
of
I know there's
threats.
plenty of people, but I don't know. She may berate them enough that they just
Yeah,
give
no,
up.
I think Anne Widdecombe's made some enemies over her time.
Well, yeah, most politicians have really,
Yeah, well,
especially Anne Widdecombe.
yeah.
But if you see
Jealousy more than
okay,
anything.
there's two answers really to this. Either she is everywhere you go,
Or she's not.
or she's not. If she's not, close your eyes.
Wow, that's great advice. Avoid the problem. It's not as easy. It's not as easy as
don't
Beyonce's, is it?
It's
not
broken
just
Britain,
eat
Simon. We got broken Britain. We can't waste our resources on needless doctor.
You were probably
visits.
pretty happy with having Beyonce fan. Scurvy. I just need a bit of vitamin C in your diet. When you got
does.
when you got Poop Feast, you had no idea what to do. Close your eyes.
Well, okay. There's a big difference between a treatable disease and a mental problem,
True.
which could probably be schizophrenia.
What he's actually. What if
Because
it's Anne
schizophrenia-
Widdecombe?
because there's-
What if Poop Feast is Anne Widdecombe?
And she just she's stuck in a hole of mirrors.
Yeah.
Distorted Anne Widdecombe's.
Yeah. Oh God.
That'd be horrific. If that's the case, then maybe she should just move the mirrors.
if that's the case, I say someone out there. I say high alert.
Maybe.
I say high alert, people.
Maybe.
All House of Mirrors, right?
I got a theory here.
What?
Maybe it's Poop Feast. Is Anne Widdecombe stuck to her computer and there's a mirror in front of her
Ah,
and behind her?
You might be
so
onto
every
something.
time she just sees.
What if they're all the same person, and it's Anne Widdecombe?
Well, Anne Widdecombe, why? You're a rich person. You can easily get a private doctor.
True.
Why?
Or maybe her doctors don't want to be around her because she's got scurvy.
That really defeat the purpose of being a doctor.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around ill people because they're ill.
Ew. Ew.
Like, ew.
Oh. Okay.
Disgusting.
On that note, we're going to put on some tunes. Anne Widdecombe, if you're out there, we hope you're all right. Please stay well. We're going to put on what I believe is your favourite song, and mine, Leather Jacket Love Song by The Cribs, and then after that, The Woodpile, Frightened Rabbit. Ah. Okay, enjoy.
This is Nerve.
And welcome back, everybody, to Nerve Radio Afternoon Delight. Jack and Simon thing.
Okay. Hey, it's us, and if you want to get into contact with the show, which we would love you to, you can tweet us.
Except
on,
you, Poop Feast.
Yeah, Poop Feast, you're not allowed anymore.
You're banned.
Yeah. Twit on @Nerve Radio. So that's using Twitter. You twit. You can also go on Facebook on the Nerve Radio page, or you could text into the studio on 07766404142. What's that number, Jack?
077-6641-404142. Remember to put Nerve Radio at the beginning of your message.
Yeah. Okay. So what I thought we could talk about is, have you heard all this hubbub, all this ruckus about? I'm not sure if I pronounce his name properly, but Oscar Pistorius, or
The Paralympian.
yeah, and he did a naughty.
Yeah, he shot his girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, he thought it
Is
was
it his
an
girlfriend or
assailant.
wife?
Girlfriend, I think.
That's
He
still...
thought it was a burglar. I mean, wow, that's sad.
I guess he... I'd see. It sounds patronising to say he'd be scared of a burglar more, cause
Yeah, he's probably scared of a burglar more than his girlfriend.
well, no, I mean more because he's a Paralympic.
No. I don't think
that's
the case.
patronising, but then again, everyone's scared
Yeah,
of burglars, really.
yeah. I think he's.
To be
as
honest, I think
fearful-
he's probably more brave than me because he's more fit than me, probably. So he could put up a better fight.
Well, but he just decided to get hold of a gun, didn't he? And that solved it.
It didn't really solve it.
No,
I don't think it. There must be something in the law.
I don't think
It's-
anyone will be burgling him anytime soon either.
Yeah, I think there must be something in the law in South Africa that if there's a burglar, you're allowed to shoot them or something.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
a self-defense.
Yeah.
And but it's slightly suspicious, isn't it?
Well,
I don't know the full
we don't
story,
want to. Yeah, exactly. We don't want to say anything because we don't know the full story. And he's actually been given bail, and he's paid a
for holla holla dollar.
yeah, he's paid a hefty fine. So anyone who is curious, you can put a price on a human life.
Whoa, guys! Did she die?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she lived.
No. That's
Oh,
why
this-
it's sad.
This has gone even worse.
Yeah, it's not the most upbeat news, but I figured we could talk about it because it's the idea of sort of this proud public figure making such a silly mistake, and I'm personally, I've probably said this on the show before, not that sort of supportive of guns and sort of gun law.
I like to think quite a few people aren't in Britain,
Yeah.
at least. I don't know anyone personally who's a big fan of guns, but my girlfriend, who still goes to the same sixth form that we went to,
Oh.
she knows quite a few friends who are quite right wing, to be
Ah.
honest, and they like the guns.
They like the guns.
They don't know. She doesn't know a lot, but she knows a few, which surprised me in itself that there were
Yeah.
16 to 17-year-olds who
Yeah.
like guns. In my mind,
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
if you're not brought up around guns, I
Yeah.
just imagine you're like, they kill.
Gee.
Oh, gee willikers.
But I've like had debates with people about it because I'm always happy to be proven wrong, and I've always
I'm
said,
not.
oh, okay, I've always said, what is the justification for potentially sort of having guns or allowing people to be armed? Which, if there's a good enough justification, fine. But everyone says self-defense, and I think that's the problem, because if everyone has sort of access to firearms and self-defense, then that includes people who aren't, who can't be trusted. And you don't need self-defense if no one has guns as well.
The big question here really is, do we let our paranoia of other human beings take over? Or do we put our trust in each other?
What, trust in each other all to use guns safely?
More in to understand, hey, we don't need guns, guys.
Yeah.
We don't need to own our own guns. It's just like how, there's the thing in America with the whole assault rifle thing. They banned them in the 90s, and then they were remade,
Well,
silly.
the whole big thing is that if we did ban guns in places like America and stuff, the criminals and the baddies would still be able to get hold of guns. That's what happens. But if that's your argument against abolishing sort of gun usage, then imagine how easy it is already to get a gun for them whilst it's legal.
It's the bigger issue I always think of when they say, like, what if, I'm in a dark alleyway and then a guy points a gun at me. If I had a gun, I'd be able to do it. It's like, would you really? Because they already have the gun pointed at you.
Well, yeah.
Are you that fast?
Well, yeah, that's the problem with guns, isn't it? Everyone thinks they're a slick shot with a gun. Everyone thinks that if they've got a gun, they're protected, and I think that might
It definitely
have been,
gives you a safety feel.
Yeah, a feel of safety.
As long as you know how to use it, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I've held a gun once. Or held a gun once in my life.
Yeah.
I was utterly terrified. Because I was made to go. I went with a friend and his dad was a hunter.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't even know it was a hunting trip. I just thought it was a trip, like just a little
A
walking trip.
sleepover.
And he got a gun out.
If it was a sleepover, and then you got woken up at 6 a.m., given one of those flat caps and taken
And
outside.
My friend, he was like absolutely fine with it. I was giving the gun. It's like, go on, shoot that. It was.
And he pointed at his son.
I was like, what are you doing, man? No, he wanted me to shoot like a fawn or something, which is a baby deer.
A baby deer.
I think. Or it was just a tiny deer.
Oh.
But I refused.
Yeah.
I deliberately missed.
How far did you miss?
Oh God, like 30 feet. I was like pointing straight, and then I just like went, just shot in a different direction. And then he was like, "You can't handle the recoil, can you?" I was like, "Yeah, I can't. Here's your gun.
Here's your death machine."
I told my dad that, and he was like, "All right, good. I'm glad you didn't kill the baby deer."
And then we dug into deer.
I've had deer though.
I've not. I'd like to. I'd like to try it.
That's another animal Jack has eaten.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, I eat a lot of animals.
Yeah. Even ones that people didn't think existed.
Yeah, like dragon.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gun talk really.
Yeah.
We have two staunch. No.
No guns.
Would you ever like to shoot a gun, Simon? As like an experience.
Yeah. Well, no, because I mean, it would only be the only reason I'd ever want to shoot a gun is when you're like pellet shooting or something like that.
That's not a gun, though, is it? Is it?
No, when you get the shotguns and they throw. The
Oh, I
disc
thought
in
you meant
there.
like just plastic pellets.
No.
Sorry.
The only time I'd like to shoot a gun is like for that or something, and
Because
even
it has a wider range to hit your victim.
no, not just that. Also because then it's just sort of like a hobby. It's a game. It's a silly game.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is that silly games shouldn't have guns in them. Guns are not silly objects. They don't.
Yeah, that's not, I understand.
So that's why even in that situation, I'd be hesitant about having a gun because,
Yeah.
they're not safe objects.
But neither are knives.
True, and I
Maybe
use
we
them
should all
daily.
just revert back to simpler times.
Where we ate things with our hands.
Yes.
True point. However, I think it's a lot easier to kill someone accidentally with a gun than a knife, especially like a plastic knife or sort of cutlery.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we should just use plastic from now on.
Just be safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Cool.
they have plastic guns now.
Really?
Yeah, like you can. It's assembling guns, and they're made out of plastic, but they shoot real bullets. I don't like that.
I can't imagine they're that durable.
I imagine so. Anyway,
Regardless, plastic guns, metal guns, all the guns, we're okay, thanks. Afternoon Delight will be gun free.
Let's all get along.
Oh, what a hippie circle. What I thought might be interesting to talk about, because I happen to know, Jack, that you're not particularly keen on this entertainment venture, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film being revived by Michael Bay.
Yeah.
There's been some news on it.
Yeah.
Megan Fox, popular for the Transformers series
And
of
also
films.
that was it that vampire film?
I don't know. She was in a film called Teeth. No, she was. No, she wasn't. She's in a film where she played a demon.
Maybe
girl.
it's a demon. Yeah.
Yeah, a
I think
demon.
demon. I don't.
Jennifer's body. That was it.
that one. There we go.
Yeah, and
was
she
in that
played
film too.
Jennifer and Jennifer's body.
I didn't know if it was a vampire.
Yeah, it was a thing. It was
Yeah.
Megan Fox.
Yeah.
But regardless, yeah.
Has she been in anything recently? Because she kind of disappeared, didn't she?
I think she's been in like art house stuff. I'm not really sure.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
She was in
please.
The Dictator with Sacha Baron Cohen.
Was she?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But it wasn't a massive role. So, what? Tell us how you feel about one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're pretty cool. I like them. And then two, about our friend Mr. Bay turning it into a new film.
Okay. Well, I was a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan as a kid.
Mhm.
I think most '90s boys, like kids who were born in the '90s and were boys, probably liked Ninja Turtles because it was radical. And pizza time. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was turtles. Turtles are awesome.
Yeah.
Kung fu.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They have
and
swords.
pizza.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's not much.
And they had a catchy theme tune.
It had the perfect business
Yeah.
structure. Yeah.
And I think it also showed like at the same time, like it showed like right after Power Rangers or before Power Rangers.
Oh, Power Rangers was fun.
So it was just like golden hour of fun.
Yeah. For a young teenage boy, not teenage, like whatever.
Well, it's teenage maybe. Guys.
For a young boy, that was the power hour.
I'm not saying girls didn't like it. It's just
No.
it was more
It was
a
a boy
thing. But
it was a boy thing. I'm not saying all girls play with Polly Pockets and watch, I
Yeah.
don't know,
It's just-
Barbie,
I
but
think everyone can understand it was more of a boy thing because
Yeah.
it was hitting people in the face.
yeah,
There was also a good video
we like
game.
that.
There's a good video game of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
Also, that was alright. So I'm a big fan.
yeah,
I'm not too bothered about the lore or the history of it.
yeah. Well,
Just
it's the same
'cause-
with everything. If you're gonna make a film,
Yeah.
unless you're making something really expansive,
There
like
has
the
to be
Lord of the Rings
adaptations.
series.
You have to adapt.
Yeah, exactly. You
It's
don't
not like Star Wars.
you don't want to spend like half an hour learning about people's backgrounds. And
Yeah.
You've been my best mate of 10 years, Larry. Now let's
I mean,
continue
and to be
on our
honest,
adventure.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles never really had a big story background anyway. It was turtles that mutated,
Yeah.
and they mutated into teenage boys but were turtles,
Yeah.
and they liked eating pizza. That's all you really need.
That's what you
It's
need.
fun. But Michael Bay, they're not mutants. Are they mutants?
No,
Are they
I
mutants?
don't think so.
They're aliens, aren't they?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, they're
Michael Bay, the
aliens.
director, has took the idea. He said, "I'm going to make a film of this," and he wanted to make one subtle change. Now, everyone, keep in mind this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're teenaged, they're mutants, and they're
they're
Ninja
turtles.
Turtles. That subtle change that,
They got
Mi-
he got rid of the 3 of the 4 things.
yeah, the subtle change
He
that
got
Michael
rid
Bay
of the
wanted to
mutant
make.
bit, the
Yep.
teenage bit, and the turtle bit.
Yeah.
And now they got the ninja bit. That's it. I feel this is a subsequent problem of the movie industry where they feel they need a brand title connected to a movie.
Well, no, the
idea.
reason he said he did it is because, mutant turtles is too complicated. Audiences
How is
won't
that-
like it and they won't understand
How-
it. From space, however, woo!
Okay, here's my issue with this. If it's so complicated, why bother making it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Why not just make a film about alien ninjas
Turtles. Yeah.
or something? It's just like, why? Why would you need the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bit? People obviously know what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
Yeah.
People know of it. If you'd be hard done by to find someone in America or in the Western side at least,
yeah.
that don't know about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's existed now for 20 years or something. I mean, cowabunga, dude. But it's just, it blows the mind.
So
Because I got angry about the Transformers
The
thing.
Transformers.
I have never been able to finish a Transformers film that he's made.
Really?
I was a big fan of Transformers.
I kind of like it. I mean, there are
See, the
bits
thing
where
is-
there's like clanging and lots of metal flying everywhere. Oh, that's interesting.
The thing is, I understand those movies to an extent.
Yeah.
Because he was making it, general populace. Not everyone's into transforming robots because it's a bit of a Japanese thing also.
Yeah.
So when you look at, like, say, Americans, they may not understand it as much. So you want to make it more
Is it a cultural shock?
action.
Yeah.
Understand that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with what he did there. I just didn't like them.
Yeah.
But now he's just... It's not them.
Just not the Teenage Mutant Ninja
It's not
Turtles.
them. It's not them. The thing is, there's been Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies
Yes.
that were successful. The
Yeah.
first one was really successful.
Mm.
Yet, apparently it's too complicated for people to understand. I don't get that.
They were also their mentor was a giant rat, wasn't he?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? It was fine as
Yeah,
it was.
everyone loved him.
Yeah. What was his name?
It started with an S.
Gorbles or something?
That doesn't start with an S.
No, it doesn't.
I can't remember it right now.
I think it was Poop Feast.
Go away, poop feast. But yeah, it's a bit annoying that I feel Michael Bay, in my mind, isn't a very good director.
He's not the best.
Well,
he's definitely
what
not
I
the
think
best.
is he's good in a sense that he's good at making just a simple action film. Like a popcorn eating film.
Yeah.
You shove it in your face and you eat the food and you turn your brain off.
Yeah.
He's not good at story
No.
or like an actual thought-provoking film.
Yeah, that's his major criticism, isn't it?
So
Maybe he's misunderstood. Maybe they're actually really clever
who's the
films.
director of
Just no one gets
the
them.
Batman films?
Nolan.
Nolan.
The new ones.
It's like, yeah, new ones.
Yeah.
Nolan, I would say, isn't a great great one,
Yeah.
because his stories aren't particularly
Yeah.
good. Like, they're kind of simplistic and there's a lot of flaws in them, but he still makes them work.
Yeah.
Like, you could still be like,
I
it's
could watch
unbelievable, but
Yeah.
it's good. Michael Bay is just doesn't even bother.
Just I'll put this here.
What I don't understand is why. I actually heard something about Megan Fox. Apparently, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Famous actress.
Yeah.
Quite good. Apparently, she's getting rejected now because she's too old,
Oh,
and Megan Fox is getting her acting roles, and people are saying
That's how
Megan
it
Fox
happens,
is going to
isn't it?
be the new Angelina Jolie.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The thing is, I don't think Megan Fox can be the new Angelina Jolie.
I think she'll be something in her own right, but I agree with you. The whole replacement.
because
And another thing about that, I don't reckon Brad Pitt's going to get replaced anytime soon.
no, he will never. People
People
just
love
have to find
Brad
a
Pitt.
new. It's like how like Indiana Jones 4 came out,
Yeah.
and like it was kind of thought that maybe Sheila Booth will replace Harrison Ford as this actor,
Mm.
but yeah, everyone. I think that was like an early conception of like he can replace him. He can replace him as like this new famous actor that will be in all these films.
Oh dear.
Never happened.
Have you got it? Have you got it all off your chest? People killing your favourite things.
First it was Star Wars, then Star Trek not so much. Star Trek wasn't really killed. The Star Trek
the
film
Star
was
Trek's
good.
films are looking good. It's got Cumberbatch in there.
yeah,
next
like
one.
the first one. Like I went to it the day before my maths GCSE exam.
Yeah.
It was a great time. Should have been revising, but who cares? A lot of Star Trek fans got angry because it was like it's not in the spirit of Star Trek. It's like, well, you can't make a film about discovery. You do need
Yeah.
to. You need to have a short story.
Yeah, and what would be
that.
the point for the filmmakers to
And you
just
also- yeah.
copy and paste what had been done before?
Yeah, and you can't like use the previous actors because they're all too old now.
Yeah.
So you had to do it. So J.J. Abrams, I'm quite happy he'll be doing the first Star Wars film.
Yeah.
Because I think he'll at least do the right thing.
The
Like-
writer's the same guy who did Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, that's good. See,
Mm.
they'll make it different. It may not be Star Warsy, but at least it'll be different and interesting.
Oh, we'll see it. Okay,
It
so
better be good, J.J. Abrams. I'll find you.
last things that we're gonna just wrap the show up on. There's a tiny bit of news I want to talk about in terms of zombie broadcasts.
Yes.
Also, people can expect us to add definitions to the words we've given each other. So,
yes.
a reminder of those words. My word that Jack gave me to put a definition to is crodony. And what was your word?
Can you not remember what you told?
I do, but
Clutter.
cluttered. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna
Clutter,
give
cluttered. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same, really, isn't it?
Clodder is the adjective, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. You're going to give a definition, the definitions to that, and then we're going to end on a special song that I've picked, which
Yeah.
Jack's given me the appreciative
Nod of and
nod
just
for.
like, good job, man.
Yeah.
You didn't pick some.
It's
bad
a song we're happy about. Okay, so have you heard about the zombie broadcasts?
Yes, you told
Yeah.
me about them. You showed me a clip of it. I had no idea about this.
Yeah.
I don't know how though, because I'm imagining it must have been big on the internet.
Maybe it got swept under all the other news. I don't know.
Oh, like the Harlem Shake thing.
Oh
or...
God, Harlem Shake.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's not.
carry
But
on.
anyway, so with this hacking incident, basically, some TV stations in America, they were hacked by some people who decided it would be funny to pretend that it was a zombie invasion, and the hackers couldn't take over the image of what was broadcasting into people's eyes, but they could take the sound, and they played sort of an emergency broadcast. People, please go into your homes. Dead bodies have begun to animate. Do not try to defend yourself because they've been proved dangerous.
Yeah.
And it was basically just sort of a scare thing. And it's got me thinking, one, about the security of these stations, if people can just hack in and post whatever they want over everyone's televisions. And two, if you had that sort of reach, if you had hacked into that station, what would you have said, Jack?
Well, one, I'm not particularly worried about security. I don't own a TV station, do I?
Their problem.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to hacking, there's only so much foolproof you can do without being hacked.
Yeah.
Because then they should hire a hacker, like a real professional hacker.
Yeah, that's what they do with systems. They hire really good
Yeah.
hackers to foolproof it.
Yeah, but they'll always find some way.
Yeah.
Usually, at least, either because they updated the system, and there's a new thing.
Yeah.
So, it's really just more like you gotta kind of deal with it and do the best you can. The second one, which I don't know, I wouldn't have done the zombie broadcast thing because I don't think a lot of people fall for that.
Yeah. You'd want something more convincing.
You think they wouldn't just replace the sound. You think they take the whole thing down.
Yeah.
So maybe I just do it to, like, I don't know, deface one singular person. Or maybe I try voicing over the people in the show and, like, say my own things and see how long I could get away with it.
Okay.
I think that might be what I would do. I would try and pick something obvious too, like a kids show. Like where, they do big mouth movements.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, rebel. Rebel. Fight against your parents.
Well, kids, we're gonna go into the dream corner, and we're gonna
tell your parents to leave the room because this is our secret. Rebel.
fight the power.
Maybe something like that, because I just think that'd be something to stick with them over the rest of their
You want to
life.
make something harrowing.
Yeah. I just like to think that a whole generation of kids that watch this show would just end up being really like anarchists.
I think if I could sort of override the sound on like people's televisions, I'd pretend to be someone. I'd pretend I was I'd either get an impersonator or do it myself. I'd pretend I was a big personality.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know, Kanye West, and I'd be like, people of television, I am the best. Don't
that?
listen to this show.
I'm so famous right now, I can control sound waves.
Yeah. I'd similarly to you, I might slander someone. Or
Slander or just Mold.
Or I might pretend I was in people's minds. If they
Only
turned
you
off,
can hear me.
yeah, if they turned off their TV, I'd be thwarted. But I might pretend that I'm in their minds.
Another good one, I guess, would be like just making a tiny noise that's barely able to be like.
Or the sound.
And people would just be like, "What's that noise?"
Yeah, the sound of a fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's like, what's that fly? What's this?
yeah, exactly. The normal sound of the TV show's going, but there's lots of.
And then they start hearing it from the TV. It's like, is there a fly in the TV?
Yeah,
And they just keep changing channels, and it's there.
yeah, that would be good fun.
Yeah.
On that note, I think we need to come up with definitions for our crazy
I'll
words.
let you go first, Simon.
Okay, so my word was crodony,
Yes.
that Jack gave me at the start of the show to come up with a definition for. And my definition for crodony is, when you're in a hurry in the morning,
Yeah.
and you need to get to places and you want to be quick,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're not paying as much attention as you could be because you're sort of so hurried, and you throw your jeans on, you throw your shoes on, you put your shirt on. Uh-oh, your shirt's the wrong way round. You've put the label bit is
Yeah.
in front of your neck. It's the wrong way round. That's a silly way to do it. That's crodonizing. It is crodony when you
So
put your shirt on the wrong way round.
So a crodony is like you rush and you put your shirt on.
Yeah,
the wrong
I
way
think
around.
it can also be applied to jeans. So, oh no,
generally just
my
like-
jeans are in crodony. Oh,
Mm.
you put them on the wrong way. Yeah, it's crodony. Or chastity belts. Where's the keyhole? I can't find the key. It's on the other side because crodony. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Well, with cluttered,
Yeah, what does cluttered mean?
I mean, I could do the obvious one, which I said I was going to do at the beginning before the show
Yeah, yeah.
started, because I said cluttered, but in an American way.
Yeah.
So I said cluttered, and he was just like, huh, cluttered.
That's me. Cluttered.
I was like, okay, well, but I won't do that. I'll just say like, cluttered is just. You know how you can have a cluttered life, like you just an unsorted life.
Yeah.
I'd say
You
cluttered.
need to get yourself together.
I think cluttered is just generally you're a failure in life.
Cluttered is when you are at rock bottom.
Yeah, like
There's
because
no lower to sink.
because it's easier to say cluttered than cluttered.
Ah.
So maybe you've just gone even farther down that
Yeah.
now you're just being lazy with your words. So you're cluttered.
Okay. I like cluttered. On that note, I think we'll
It's time to go, yeah.
we'll wave people goodbye. It's been nice listening to all of you.
It's been nice listening to you, Simon.
Yeah. And
I
we're
have
gonna
headphones
play-
this time. Yeah.
we're gonna play as we leave a song that I've picked affectionately.
Yeah.
My favourite song.
It's
you
a
could
song
say.
we listen to every summer.
Yep. It's
Yes.
by. We've been talking a lot about actors and sort of
Mhm.
people who have been successful in films.
And he's one of the most famous black actors,
Yeah.
at least.
This is Miami by Will Smith. Enjoy.
Miami. South Beach, bringing the heat.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. As I was saying before, we had to put an end to the Screamo barbershop quartet known as Afternoon to Fright, and instead we wanted to bring a chat show that was full of comedy, podcasty goodness. Hope you enjoyed listening to Afternoon Delight.